Want to know the secret to building high-performing teams? It's not about managing tasks or even meeting quotas. It's about creating intentional spaces for your people to grow and develop. That is the magic of a well-executed one-on-one. This isn't just another meeting on the calendar to review tasks. When done right, it's a catalyst for development, alignment, and most importantly, building trust with your direct reports. In this video, we'll uncover how to transform your one-on-ones from mere check-ins into pivotal coaching moments. Whether you're guiding seasoned professionals or nurturing new talent on your team, you'll learn how to use these conversations to ignite growth, accountability, and energize performance. Let's explore how to make every moment of your one-on-ones count. When I'm doing leadership workshops and I'm talking about one-on-ones, I get a lot of pushback from leaders. And here's the pushback I typically hear is, should we even do one-on-ones? Like, I talk to my people every day and we have lots of communications and the one-on-one feels superfluous. If I do one-on-ones, what do we even talk about? Like, again, it feels like it's redundant. Whose agenda should it be if we do one-on-ones? Is it a manager's meeting or is it directs? And how frequently and how much time should we spend doing these? So let's talk about these. So one-on-ones are not opportunities to review people's task lists or for managers to micromanage or to answer all the questions that their directs may have. One-on-ones are development meetings. They're opportunities to develop our people, and in doing so, also deepen our relationship and build trust. So by doing regular one-on-ones, we are communicating to our directs they are important, their development is important, and that we're going to reserve a certain amount of time each month to focus on that. That's a big deal. So what's the frequency of these meetings? I've said for a long time that I think the bare minimum that we should be doing one-on-ones is monthly. So in doing that, I'm saying to my directs that 12 times a year, I'm gonna pause and we're gonna focus on your development and prioritize you and your development. I think if we can do it bi-weekly, in a lot of cases that would be better. And for sure, if I had a newer person on my team or a junior person on my team, I would be doing it weekly one-on-ones. Now, what's the length of these one-on-ones? I would typically say 30 to 45 minutes. If I was only doing them monthly, might I go to an hour? Yeah, but once you get really good at these meetings, you can definitely do them in 45 minutes. And if I was doing them weekly, I should definitely be able to keep these meetings within a 30-minute time frame. Who brings the agenda for these meetings? My position here is a little bit of middle ground, actually both. It's a shared agenda. However, the direct reports get to go first. So we cover their agenda first, and then with whatever time is left, the manager gets to cover their agenda. There may be times when we don't get to the manager's agenda. That's okay. We've served the directs here, and we've, again, built trust and relationship and helped work through their topics. So the expectation is the director is going to bring a topic to work on. It could be something they're struggling with. It could be a behavior or a skill that they want to work on. It could be a struggle they're having with a client or a prospect or even someone else in the business that they're trying to work on. And this is not an opportunity for the manager to just give their answers and show how brilliant they are. It's an opportunity for the manager, ask questions, go deep, challenge assumptions, brainstorm with the direct. And then in having that deep conversation, that leads to action. If there's no action, it wasn't a coaching conversation. These meetings should always lead to the direct saying, hey, this is what I'm going to try after this. I'm going to go and have a different conversation. I'm going to try using that skill that we talked about. I'm going to try a different approach to this situation, so they walk out with action. And that's the same with whatever's time left. Now the manager gets to bring their agenda, their topic, something that they would like to talk about with the direct, where they think the direct has an opportunity to up-level. This is something they've observed over time that may come out of the observational coaching that I did with you last week or last month. Hey, I noticed this in how you lead meetings. Can we talk about that? And again, we're going to coach, and it's going to lead to some action. The other important thing here is we need to document these, right? All sorts of meetings, we come out and we bring our notepad or whatever, and we take notes. That shows that we're paying attention. It shows that this meeting is important. These one-on-ones are important. I think both the direct and the manager in an ideal world should be taking notes, but this also drives accountability, because whatever action that we've agreed to at the end of this meeting, we're going to document that and we're going to check in on it perhaps in the next one-on-one. So we're going to find out, hey, how did that go? It worked really well. Great. Keep on going. Or I tried it. It didn't work as well as I thought. Okay, let's talk a little bit more about it. Let's brainstorm a little bit more and hone that. And again, we turn the wheel and we're doing the development that way. But the accountability and the documentation go hand in hand. They're really important. Also, by documenting this makes the review for the manager at the end of the year really easy. You can look back at your notes from those 12 or more one-on-ones, and it shows you where they've made great progress, maybe where they've struggled, and you can hone in on performance from that perspective as well. Here's the last thing, and probably the worst thing that I see managers doing, is they schedule these meetings. Maybe they do a recurring meeting first Monday of every month or every other Thursday or whatever the case may be. They do one or two of them, and then they start canceling them. Hey, I'm busy, I'm traveling next week, I'm gonna have to cancel our one-on-one. Hey, I got a phone call this morning, I've got pulled into this meeting, I'm gonna have to cancel our one-on-one this afternoon. This not only doesn't build trust, this actually very rapidly reduces trust and communicates to your directs that they are not important, that they are a lower priority for you than whatever's on fire today or something else that's come up. So you should see these meetings as sacred. You should hold them that way. Might there be once in a blue moon when you've got to move it? You know, something's come up and I need to move it from Monday next week to Tuesday? Fine, but do not cancel them. It is absolutely the worst thing you can do in deepening relationship and building trust with your people. So let's summarize. We're saying that minimum 12 times a year, you're going to put aside some time on your calendar to have development conversations with your people. 30 minutes, 45 minutes, whatever the case may be. Again, minimum 12. In many cases, I would say you could do more than that. Maybe do it twice a month, in some cases weekly. These meetings are going to be 30 to 45 minutes in length. They're going to be coaching conversations where you're going deep and using inquiry and coaching skills to drive action in the development. And the agenda initially at the beginning of the meeting belongs to your directs. With whatever time is left, you can bring your agenda. Over time, that'll balance out. There might be meetings where it's all their agenda, other meetings where you get a little bit more time in there, but we're prioritizing their agenda and we're documenting these to drive action and accountability. And we're checking in on that, whether it's in the next one-on-one or at the end of it, the action might be, hey, send me an email at the end of this week to let me know how that went, okay? So if you're not doing these, I'd love for you to try them. If you're doing them and you're doing them more as task lists, as an opportunity to move them into development conversations here, would love to hear how that goes. If you have other questions, put them in the comments below. Would love to hear from you. Thanks.